15. 28 Days Later. A major influence on modern zombie films. 28 Days Later differentiates itself with its fast-moving, rage-fueled Infected. The film follows a man who awakens from a coma to find Britain ravaged by a viral outbreak. Its intense pacing and unsettling atmosphere set it apart from other zombie films. 14. Insidious. From the creators of Saw, Insidious is a relentless haunted house story. After a boy falls into a mysterious coma, his family becomes the target of supernatural forces. The film's quick and frequent scares maintain a tone of constant dread, keeping viewers on edge throughout. 13. Rosemary's Baby. A slow-burning horror classic, Rosemary's Baby follows a pregnant woman who begins to suspect that those around her have sinister plans for her child. The film taps into themes of paranoia and helplessness, delivering an unnerving psychological horror experience. 12. The Conjuring, directed by James Wan. The Conjuring tells the story of real-life paranormal investigators, Ed and Lorraine Warren. Set in the 1970s, the film feels like a classic haunted house story. Its strong performances and well-executed scares make it one of the most effective supernatural horror films. 11. The Thing, John Carpenter's. The Thing was initially overlooked, but has since become a horror classic. Featuring groundbreaking practical effects, the film's grotesque creature designs remain some of the most horrifying ever seen. Its chilling paranoia-driven story makes it a standout in the horror genre. Number 10. The Ring. A remake of the 1998 Japanese film, The Ring is a psychological horror masterpiece. It follows a journalist investigating a cursed videotape that causes anyone who watches it to die within 7 days. The film is chilling, relying on disturbing visuals, eerie sound design, and a haunting atmosphere rather than excessive gore. Its gripping narrative and suspenseful execution made it both a critical and commercial success. Number 9. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A brutal and relentless slasher film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre follows a group of friends who encounter a family of cannibals in rural Texas. The film is notorious for its gritty cinematography, unsettling atmosphere, and gruesome violence. The use of realistic horror and relentless terror cemented its status as one of the most disturbing horror films ever made. Number 8. The Omen. The Omen tells the story of a child who may be the Antichrist, bringing death and despair to those around him. The film's chilling atmosphere, eerie religious themes, and shocking moments of violence make it a standout in supernatural horror. With an unforgettable performance by Gregory Peck and intense suspense, The Omen remains a terrifying classic. Number 7. A Nightmare on Elm Street. Freddy Krueger, a burned and vengeful killer, haunts the dreams of teenagers, killing them in their sleep. The film's premise taps into an unavoidable fear, sleep, making it uniquely horrifying. Wes Craven's creation became a genre-defining horror icon, with nightmarish visuals and an eerie sense of inevitability that still haunts audiences. Number 6. Hereditary, a psychological horror film that delves into grief, trauma, and supernatural terror. Hereditary is deeply unsettling. It avoids typical jump scares, instead delivering slow-building dread and shocking imagery. With outstanding performances and an eerie, suffocating atmosphere, it leaves a lasting impact, making it one of the most disturbing horror films of recent years. Number 5. The Shining. Stanley Kubrick's adaptation of Stephen King's novel is a psychological horror masterpiece. The film follows a man's descent into madness while isolated in a haunted hotel. Its surreal imagery, unsettling score, and ambiguous horror create a lingering sense of unease. With Jack Nicholson's unforgettable performance, The Shining remains a defining horror film. Number 4. Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho revolutionized horror with its shocking twists and psychological depth. The story follows a woman on the run who checks into the eerie Bates Motel, where she meets its mysterious owner. The film's suspenseful pacing, iconic shower scene, and chilling revelations make it one of the greatest horror films ever made. Number 3. Alien. A sci-fi horror classic, Alien follows a space crew encountering a deadly extraterrestrial creature aboard their ship. The film masterfully blends horror and science fiction, creating an atmosphere of claustrophobic terror. The alien's terrifying design, combined with tense pacing and shocking moments, cements it as a groundbreaking horror experience. Number 2. Halloween. John Carpenter's Halloween set the standard for the slasher genre. The film follows Michael Myers, an escaped killer who stalks a babysitter on Halloween night. Its gore, relentless tension, and chilling simplicity make it one of the most effective horror films ever, inspiring countless successors. Number 1. The Exorcist. Regarded as one of the scariest films of all time, The Exorcist tells the story of a young girl possessed by a demon and the desperate efforts to save her. Its terrifying visuals, disturbing themes, and realistic portrayal of possession make it an enduring horror classic. The film's ability to evoke deep fear and discomfort has solidified its legendary status in horror cinema.